up to the time, you know it's cooking at kitchen. I read bad man. Look man, chick man, bad man that's man. Hey, some good man that don't pass a you know they get away the big. Yo, so this week from Coconut Kitchen we are going to feature
Mao.
Saying Mao is currently living in
England.
Same star. So
Okay, so she lives in England. How is it amazing to live in overseas? But how is it like to be a student in a foreign country? Let's hear from her.
yeah man, and differently from the program we also have
Mizobata-san.
Same star, and you don't know say how the man the real sculptor scene. The man that use mostly natural materials like stick and so on. The man also use newspaper to create some very good sculptures. They mostly make animal. But we don't want to say much, you know. We want you to watch. Just continue to watch and you'll go see for yourself. Oh, amazing. See? You must up, you can learn from it. Then sir, and before we move on to the full program, we want to talk a few announcements. See, sir, so over there in Jamaica, you have a virgin named Ashray. And Ashray and one girl named Mickey. I keep a birthday celebration and a cookout. And them have a lot of meat. And them have jerk chicken, jerk pork, jerk fish, jerk everything I can think of jerk. And differently them also have some cook up. You know, like brown stew and them things like that. And them have some fried things too. Like fried chicken and so on. You check it out. The menu there, right here up on your yes, up on your screen, right there, so on your screen. See star. So you know, also shout out to KKKNR. And them are doing, I didn't know name in the street, KKKNR. So KNR is a new restaurant over there in the dead out here. So be aware. Go there and go check it out. See star. You know, want to say shout out to in the street flea market. Them on they have everything stocked. Them on they specialize in a motorbike on a different level. Them all a make bike. See star. So you know, want to say also shout out to who else? Want to shout out to no other than Sapphire Glam, stay strong. So she a go and do her business. I'm a classmate from long time. I just love how she and her husband just put in the strength and her product really lift up your seat. And the customers who buy her product, them really satisfy, and that's a plus. See? So just go and support her and help her to push her business, because she also have something to offer. She not just take. See? So give her the strength. See? So no further ado, we present to you Mao. Over there in
Hi there, my name is Mao. I'm currently living in London to study for my postgraduate. And this week we are going to have Jubilee for the Queen Elizabeth. So the town gets to be like full of Union Jacks and flowers. Completely like the mode of celebration for the Jubilee. I'm very excited to explaining and enjoying some British cultures and food and stuff. So hi there. I'm in Hyde Park, which is one of the biggest parks in London. Today is Queen Elizabeth Platinum Jubilee, so there are many people coming and chilling in the grass. They took out some food from the shops and enjoy eating outside on this beautiful like greens and surrounded by tons of trees. They also play some badminton. Children also enjoy playing football, and there's sunbathing. Very chill vibes around here. So even though London is huge, so one of the biggest cities in the world, they are full of natures. Wherever you go, there are parks, trees, and animals such as squirrels, foxes, and different species of birds also living together in the same city, which is really, really cool. Like we have like coexistence of like different creatures, living things. So I'm going to enjoy the sun and greens with my friends. So this is.
So what's your friend's name?
Reika.
Hello, Rega. Hello, Rega.
And another Japanese like audience. I don't
Okay.
know.
こんばんは。こんにちは。
So this is Hari Klishner, the Indian charity band, which is helping the people with the free food every lunchtime weekdays. So he's Dominic. He's a nice guy, very friendly, and then people are enjoying the hot food, some grocery, breads, and the flowers today, fruits, and then also pigeons be attracted. Hello guys! I'm at the Institute bar, which is one of my school bars. So I'm going to just briefly introduce how it looks like and how the foods and drinks are. So this is the menu. Since it's Friday, there are many people in the bar, as you can see. And also like British culture, people enjoy drinking after work. Even like around 5 o'clock, they just like finish work and go straight to the bar pubs and they drink, I don't know, until like 10 to 11 o'clock. The drinks is nice. I think it's quite similar to how
Hello camera, hello mouse friends, and then I'm 40 student. Sure.
Cool here. The bar, soccer, and there are also outside stage. Hi. This is my friend Anusha. We're in the same course, Education and International Development, here at UCL, and she's going to introduce about herself a bit and then the food that she enjoyed here. All right?
Hi,
There you go.
I'm Anusha, as Mao just introduced me. I am a mouse course mate in, like she said, Education and International Development, and I'm from India. I'm from Sikkim, India. And what I like to eat on a day-to-day basis, I mostly make like quick sandwiches or like quick tortilla wraps, but when I'm free I make some, oh yeah, this is what I'm eating at the moment. It's kind of miserable. It's like plain rice and some chicken
She's very
curry.
Great.
Some quick chicken curry.
Yeah.
But when I'm not bored, I make some dumplings and some Indian curries, like simple Indian curries and rice. Yeah.
What do you enjoy the food in the UK?
I love food in general, so I have no problem with food at all. I love fish and chips. So I don't have problem with that.
Oh my god.
I love bacon and baked beans, so I don't have problem with that either.
Perfect. What's the best food in the UK, you think?
Best food in UK. I think food is very diverse in London, especially.
Exactly.
So you get a wide variety of food. But then the thing I enjoy the most is the thing I enjoy is the diversity of the food. You can always crave something and get it easily, which is accessible. So yeah, that's nice.
All right, thank you very much.
London. Yeah, and I'm so glad to be mouse friend.
Hi there. So this is one of the paths in London near the King's Cross station. So there are seats outside and inside, and people are likely to sit outside and enjoy drinking under the sunshine. So it's like an izakaya in Japan. So after work or even during the work, they come and then drink beers, alcohol, and ciders, enjoy chatting, hanging out with their friends, and they just enjoy spending time with their friends. So this is British culture, drinking and food-wise. This is called Soho. It's a central in London. It's like Shibuya in Tokyo in Japan. So today's weekday, but there are so many tourists, workers, children. Now they're in the half-time, so they're having the holiday with the parents. So it's very, very busy, like even at night. So as you may see, there are many cyclists. They're on their way home. So in London, there's a cyclist special lane, so they can find it easy to commute from home to the office. And usually they wear head nets and they have nice bikes. And there are particular lanes, no particular place where they can park their bikes. So I also enjoy riding my bike every day to my school. Such a lovely day, especially in nice weather. Hi. I'm in another place in the Hyde Park. Here is in western side, which has fountains and again greens, trees, and some old building. Also, people are enjoying a restaurant, eating lunch, suppose. Hi there, this is Mao. I'm currently in London. I'm studying at UCL, University College London. I'm now at my university. Here is my institute. It's very simple, but it's a huge institute, one of the biggest institute in the world for education department. And my motivation to come here is to study education and international development, because here in the UK the master degree is for 1 year, and since this institute of education in London is one of the most popular and the most prestigious departments in the world, so I decided to apply this school to study with other peers who also have a lot of experience and the motivations to learn about education and international developments. So yeah, it's very intense. For 1 year, you have to study from Monday to Sunday, from morning to night, but then every day is very inspiring and stimulating with your peers and then teachers, professors. Before I came here, I've been to Scotland when I was in the university for just a couple of months as an exchange student. But London is my first time to visit, and especially studying abroad is my very first experience in my life. So I'm very excited to come here, and my imagination of London is double-deckers and like historical architectures and British English, of course. But other than that, and Harry Potter. But other than that, I had no idea about how the city looks like, how the people are, how the food would be. Well, I have just sort of knowledge about the fish and chips, but that's it. So I'm just so excited to know what the reality is in London. Yeah, full of mystery for me. So then I came here and I realized there's so many greens that you can see everywhere you go, even though it's middle of the city. There are like parks, greens, trees, and the animals such as squirrels, foxes, cats, and the different types of birds all living in the same areas, which is so interesting, isn't it? And what I also found was that the diversity of the city in London specifically. So you can't generalize. UK is very diverse, like in terms of ethnicity. But in London particularly, it's a multiple race, multiple ethnic areas, I would say. So I could see people from Asia, like China, Korea, Japan, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, any other countries as well, and also African people, Ugandan I met, Kenyan, South African, and Oceanian countries, Latin Americans, those Spanish-speaking countries. So it's full of diverse, and it's quite hard actually to find people from London or from the UK. Now I'd like to talk about the experience about food in the UK. Honestly, I have not really been exposed to a lot of British food since I came here, because the price in the restaurants and the shops are quite pricey, expensive, and I'm a student and I'm not working, so it's quite challenging for me to spend a lot of money for the food. So instead, what I'm doing is that I am going to the grocery store to buy some veggies, meat, and I cook with some spice that I got it from Japan. So I basically cook in the beginning, but then as time goes, I was getting lazy, and my school tasks, like assignment, has been getting heavier and heavier. So I just decided to go and buy some food, and I literally not cooking these days. And my favorite food in Britain is, as I said, it's the country, or the London city itself is quite diverse in ethnicities. So wherever you go, there are different types of ethnic cuisine, including Japanese. Japanese are very popular actually. So there are Japanese restaurants, Korean, Chinese, of course, and Vietnamese, Thai, and Italian, Spanish, French, and of course British restaurants are there. So if I had money and time with my friends to go, we enjoy different ethnic food with my friend. And one of my favorites is Malaysian cuisine. It's a Malaysian soup with noodles, which is very tasty. It's a bit spicy. And drinks, as I showed you, or I'm going to show you the scenery of the pub. When I go to the pub, I definitely order ciders. So there are different types of ciders. Like in Japan, cider sounds like soft drink, like fizzy drink. But here, cider has some alcohol. So it's very weak, like 4%, 5%. And then they have the different flavor. Usually it's a fruity flavor, such as like apple cider, like blackberry, cranberry, pineapple, lime cider, like different kinds of fruits. Flavors in it. So I really enjoy drinking these sweet ciders in pubs. So same as the population in London, the students' ethnicity in the school also very diverse. So I think around 70% or more than that students in my school at UCL are from different countries, different nationalities, and the British people are minority actually. And so far as I've been seeing is that there are lots of Chinese students and other Asian students more than the people from different continents. And the reason why they chose the UK for their higher education is that they had been studying their subjects in English instead of their mother tongue. So it's easier for them to seek for the school, like higher education outside their countries. And UK and in US, for example, these Western universities are kind of leading in academic. So that's why the Asian students can kind of have a motivation to learn overseas, especially those developed Western countries, to get some, ideas, knowledge, skills, and some of them probably settle down in the UK after their graduation, and then others try to, bring what they have learned back to their country and then try to adapt it or apply in their context. To me, as a student, international student from Japan, living in London is quite expensive and quite hard sometimes. If you want to experience a lot of things, because it requires the money and the time. And at the same time, for the master degree, for example, it just takes it has only 1 year to complete all the modules as well as dissertation. So every day you're kind of pushed to study and do your assignments, group work, etc., etc. So it's quite packed in this 1 year. So I think being a student in London is not as easy as I think other Japanese university or the Japanese graduate or postgraduate course. But at the same time, this diversity can make me feel more inspiring to know other countries' culture, and the discussion is more fruitful because there are different perspectives, and the discussions not from one filter or one perspective. It gets more multifaceted, and I got kind of different idea from my classmates. So I very appreciate to learn my postgraduate course in London. Being as an international student in London, it wasn't really easy, I thought, in terms of finance and time was. However, there are a lot of opportunities that you can enjoy without them. So one time I had a chance to have a workshop of calligraphy. There are accommodated around 30 people from different countries in my school. And I taught them the culture, the history of calligraphy and skills, and how to write their name in Japanese. And at the end of the workshop, they really appreciate and they really enjoyed it. Even they asked me to do another session soon. Also, I have another workshop, origami workshop in my community. There were around 5-6 people showing up, and I taught them how to make flowers. And they, in the beginning, they struggled to use, one piece of paper to make it very detailed, while folding. But at the end, they kind of get skills of holding, and then sort of the specific skills that they're required. Then they are more than excited to do another session to make something else. So I myself, as being Japanese, our culture is very valuable, which I've never ever thought about when I was in Japan. But since I came here, I saw many people are enjoying Japanese food, talking about Japan, Japanese history, manga culture, calligraphy, pictures, dance, like all the Japanese culture is so appreciated and they're so admired. So I was so happy when I heard and was so the scene, and now I feel like I need to do something more to share my experience, my skills about Japan, and then my Japanese culture, which I have got in my entire life, so to people in here in London. So and with my friends in my university, we have some sort of potluck session, which we just brought like each national food or soul food from your hometown, and I made okonomiyaki a few times, and I introduced them how I made it, like what kind of ingredient I used, and then how I made it, and how like what kind of sauce I used, and how are you gonna eat. So and okonomiyaki has always had a very good reputation. So I actually made a couple of times for the same friends. They're demanding actually to eat okonomiyaki. So I one thing I was kind of regretting from my experience here in London is that I should have learned more about Japanese culture, like not specifically what I have been doing, but also like generally Japanese cultures are very become a very the main theme and the main topic of the conversation among international students. So I think from now on I am going to try to buy a little bit about Japanese culture and then try to like go in depth, so that next time when I come here or to the other countries I'm gonna visit, I can introduce more exciting part of Japan and let people know more about Japan and feel very close to my country. So the last thing I would like to say about London, there are two things. The first thing is the people here is very, very nice. I really appreciate people helping me when I came here. I didn't know much about the city and everything. So whenever I ask for help, they come and then help me with mine. So I really appreciate people helping me, and also their friendliness. Whenever you just walk on the street and you see people, just random people and talking to you, how are you, such a nice day, enjoy your day. So those kind of small like little conversation makes me feel very comfortable to be here. So I really appreciate and then also like the people in London. And the second thing is the climate, especially in summer. When I came here it was September, and then it was coming towards winter. Winter was not really good. The days getting shorter and shorter, so you couldn't really get too much sunshine. However, getting summer in June, July, August, the days getting longer. Even 9 o'clock now, it's still bright outside, and you can just chill on the grass. The daytime, it's very, very, very chill and relaxing. So as I said, there are so many parks, greens, trees. You can chill whole day. So I really recommend you to come here, especially in the summer season, so that you can just enjoy the life and this climate and the culture in London. So if you have any comment, you can just ask me anytime. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy my talk. I'll see you around.
ようしやんなそれはごめんな。そうでもないけどな。水畑さんとは結構仲良くしてる。ライフサイズ、リアルサイズやね。リアルサイズ。実物だ。リアルサイズ。リアルサイズ。そうか。ライフサイズ。すごい。あ、そうですね。あれがね。足にちょっとあれの枝と同じのが入ってる。あの木の、あれ梅の木の枝ね。それがね、2本ずつぐらい入ってるかな。2本か3本。
It's made from newspaper. Ah, look, come son.
ジャマイカのね、ジャマイカ陸地か。いやいや、島や。島？だからカメはおるやろね。ジャマイカって言ったら南米だったっけ？どこだったっけ？カリブ海なんで。カメじゃあもうこれよく知ってるよな。そう、好きなんですよ。よくカメ描いてる。これはもう。粘土とかもあっていつもカメ。ああ、本当。これ今度ね、一応今年は全国芸術祭が和歌山県で開催されるんですよ。で、僕はこんなミラベを1回目にね、今度最終回だから5回目にミラベの駅の前にロータリーみたいになってるそこへウミガメをやります。インスタレーションでワークショップで子供と一緒にウミガメを作って 子供の作品もバーッ並べてそれをまあ今年の、10月から11月にかけてやるね。ワークショップは夏休みやるから。
そうなんですか。
ワークショップみんな
でやるから
だいぶ
量産された。
これは日本でサンプルで。
鳥もいいですよね。なかなか近くで見れないからね。
これいつもね屋根の上にてるね。
そう。
こっちだけごめんなさい、こっちだけじゃないわ。白石霊。石霊。
赤霊。
石霊に白いのと黄色いのと黒いのといけて、それの白い方ねこれ白石霊。そうなんですよ。
ありがとうございます。
これ赤の実なの。これ隣のねみなべ町ってね、梅干しの日本一の産地があるんですね。隣に。これやったら。そうやと思うな。それは楽やと思うわ。でこれを次にもうこれコロナになってる。これ2年前からね。2年前な。2年前やと。去年あれやもん。去年あれやわな。去年あれだからこれ2年前。